We're at Al's Garden Center in Sherwood, and Josh is here to tell us a little bit about some succulents. And these indoor plants, they're not your grandma's cactus.
Exactly. Everyone thinks of the traditional super pokey, dangerous for kids. Oh my goodness. But that's not the case anymore. We've got a ton of new and interesting varieties. This one is called a paddle plant, and you can see from the leaves, it does look like a paddle.
It does, and it's soft.
It is. It's almost got a fuzzy texture to it.
And this
Wonderful.
one does have a fuzzy texture, which I just love.
Yes, and the color is so striking on that one.
So what's this one next to it?
This is actually called a donkey ear. It's fuzzy and kind of floppy. Very cool.
So these are very easy to take care of.
Very, very simple. Everything that you see here needs the same light requirements, the same water requirements. Succulents store most of their water in their leaves, so they really don't have a very deep root system. So mine at home, I water maybe once every month and a half.
So you also don't need to plant them very deeply. They can be in a shallow container.
Exactly. They don't need a lot of room for the roots to grow.
There are some very funky looking ones as well.
Yes, this is a fire stick actually, and the fun thing about this is that the more light it gets, the more orange the actual leaves and stems turn.
So how much light do they need?
They need bright light. Indirect sun is best, so a good like western or southern exposure would be fantastic for them. One other fun thing is that they can go outside in the summer. Once the weather is above 50 degrees.
Then you can just put them out on the patio?
Throw them out on the patio in morning sun only, and they do fantastic. Okay,
so the soil, they do need a specific kind of soil. You can't just put your regular old potting soil in.
Exactly. Succulents really like a well-drained, super porous soil because they don't like their roots to be super wet.
Okay, so we're going to plant in here?
We're actually going to plant in this hypertufa container. And I've just set these.
What's it called?
It's hypertufa.
Okay.
Which is a blend of some concrete and pumice. Very simple to make at home, actually.
Very neat.
That's a shoot for another time.
Okay, so you put the cactus mix.
Cactus mix, yes. Very, lots of pumice, really, really porous.
All right. They need really good drainage then.
Very good drainage.
Okay. So here's the fire stick?
This is the fire stick, yes. Fun thing about this guy, he's actually related to a poinsettia.
Oh, really? He doesn't look like one?
No, not at all. The leaves, the little bracts here are the same things that you would see at Christmas time. They're in bright reds and other colors.
So it does get that bright red color. Very, very cool.
And they also flower, as you can see. Not super spectacular, but unique none the same.
Absolutely. And don't feel like a failure if yours doesn't, right?
Exactly. They actually, when they're root bound is when they're most prone to push flowers. So after we plant this guy, he probably won't push flowers for another year or so. But
so the being root bound isn't a bad thing for succulents?
It's not a bad thing.
So this one's going here?
And that one is going to go right there. And then we'll take the one right to your right and kind of tuck him in, maybe add a little more soil.
Yeah. I mean, the whole plant looks like a flower.
Exactly.
It's really, really pretty.
It's all about texture with succulents.
Okay. And grouping them, I would imagine, like you have with the different textures, putting them together really makes it more interesting.
It's really all about aesthetics. It's, like I said earlier, they need the same light requirements, the same water requirements, so you can just have fun with it.
So no more complaining that you don't have a green thumb. This, anybody can do.
Anyone can do this, yes.
You just need a little light and very, very little water and care.
Exactly. Once we've got this all planted in, we'll give it a good deep watering to saturate the entire container. And I won't water this for another month.
Awesome. All right, let's talk really quick about what you have over here.
Exactly. Terrariums are another great not new, but exciting thing that's been revisited and revamped for 2011.
They're really in right now.
They are, yes. And you can do it with succulents as well. This one actually is just planted in beach sand.
Really?
Yes.
And those plants will live in beach sand?
And they will live in beach sand.
How easy is that? And also, like you said, this would be something you would maybe take outdoors once it's nice?
Exactly. And this container is not planted, it's just sort of staged with individual pots in it. So if you want to add a little bit of color in the summer, you can take one out and just pop it in. You can top dress with a little bit of moss just to hide the pots and the empty spaces, and you're good to go.
So easy, Josh. Thank you so much. Now, of course, there are all kinds of indoor plants here at Al's Garden Center. You can come check them all out. Josh would be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thanks.